everyone, hello, Chocolo here for another video review. It's the Thorntons Pearls Orange Velvet. Yes, look at that. Yeah, very nice indeed, very nice indeed. Look very good indeed, yes. What's it say, what's it say? Smooth milk chocolate with a silky ganache centre infused with real orange. Right, so it looks like they're individually wrapped, I guess, looking at that. Interesting. Yeah, so not too bad. So I guess the chocolate ganache, so look pretty indulgent, don't you, I think you'd say. And I do a few others in the range of the Pearl range. Some of them have been better than others, basically. And it's an interesting one. I don't know where. I wonder if these are actually made by Thorntons. I think they probably are. Let's have a look on the back, because they do have some Thorntons products, some cake products made by Lightbody Ventures. It's not, and also Finsbury Group. Basically, Lightbody Ventures seems to be the cheaper ones. Finsbury a bit more upmarket ones. And these ones do look to be. Well, I think they're made by Thorntons. Seem to be there anyway from looking at it. UK Thorntons. Well, it's got Thorntons UK address on that part anyway. So yeah, I think it is. I think they are. What does it say? Backed by a century of chocolate making expertise, each bite into a Thorntons Pearl reveals a delightful sense of taste and texture. Alright, break through the milk chocolate shell to discover silky ganache filling infused with real orange. Perfect for sharing, making time together even more delightful. Although I always try and make out that you should share these things, you know, just because. I mean, you should basically, because they are very calorific. But you know, for that reason, they just try and make out that you shouldn't be sort of eating them yourself. But I think a lot of people probably will. It says discover our exclusive range, including personalised chocolates, hampers, and more at Thorntons.com. Yeah, it's quite expensive as it is, but you can imagine probably paying at least £15 more for it to be personalised. Probably. I don't really know. I have no idea. I've not been to the site or anything, but you know. This is the case with the Toblerone ones. Milk chocolates with a smooth orange flavoured truffle sense. It says truffle now rather than ganache. So when we start going into the truffle territory, I mean, I was thinking the same with ganache anyway when I saw the front. But ganache does sound nice. But basically, truffles, ganache, noisettes. So what's the other one they have? Pralines. You know, these kind of senses, they're all quite similar, really. And that's the problem. It's so everyday nowadays. It used to be quite rare to get this sort of thing in a sort of non-expensive chocolate set. But nowadays it is really, and they've just become quite mundane, although instead of that, you used to get the Galaxy Truffle in celebrations, but you know, even then that was quite special, but nowadays I think it might be a bit more mundane. So, yeah. Now, our chocolate is made with 100% cocoa butter. Milk chocolate contains cocoa solids 30% minimum, milk solids 20% minimum. I've still not really decided what's the best for that, really, you know, in my opinion at least anyway. It seems to really just depend on the actual, you know, chocolate that's being used rather than that, I think anyway. I'm not sure. I've not noticed anything as yet, but I've probably not really been looking at as much as I should have done. Nutritional information. So that's a bit weird, isn't it? What's all this about here? Look at that. So it's got nothing there. Is that how it's meant to be? I feel like that should. I feel like that is very strange. I feel like that should have some information on there, but it doesn't. That's really weird, isn't it? I feel like that should be like per serving or something. But it just says nothing there. It just says grams and things. I mean, I guess these might be grams, but I mean, you'd probably know that. But yeah, anyway. Well, per 100 grams, 533 calories, 33.6 grams of fat, 22.5 of weight saturates. What's the weight of the box? 167. So let's see, times it by 167 to find out what's in the whole box. So quite a lot, basically. It's talking at least over 50% more. All right, yeah, don't know if there's much more to say, really. Just say we love talking about chocolate, so get in touch. We went over that before, got the address and things like this there, and another ways to get in touch. Bit of a false bottom there, as you can see. And I don't really like the fact that it's got this sort of shape. Must be like that catch from Naruto. I can't remember his name now, but you know, it just makes it look bigger. It's quite nice looking, I guess. But again, it's got this false bottom, which is quite substantial. Hard to measure this measuring stick because it doesn't go all the way to the end. It's at least probably a centimetre. So it's probably a centimetre and a half. You know, at the bottom there, at least you know, split domes. It's hard to say for certain, but yeah, so it's a bit rubbish. And then of course, there's not going to be anything in these, and they're individually wrapped inside. So we'll see how much actually is in this. But yeah, interesting. But all right, well, leading from that, let's give them an open. So I'll move myself down and do just that. All right, so we're going to get these Thorntons Pearls Orange Velvet and open. Yes, so looking forward to these ones very much so. So yeah, we just well, how do we actually open these? Well, there's a little shenanigan there. Actually, you can see some sellotape there or some tape. So we've got a trusty knife. We'll give it a cut rather than rip it all apart. Hopefully it'll open relatively easily, and there it does. Yes, great stuff indeed. All right. Okay. It's a very nice box when it's opened. Can't smell any orange smell coming from it. It's just it does say it's made with real orange. What's it actually say on the ingredients there? I don't think I mentioned that before. Oh yeah, so we can see it's got a concentrated orange juice, 3.1%. So concentrated orange juice. There it says it's made with real orange, but no. that quite? Is concentrated orange juice real orange? I guess it is, but it's concentrated. So interesting. All right, double cream. All right, stuff like that. All right, well let's pour these out. See how many's in there then. I'll put a link in the top right corner. I always mention about this one going about my other reviews and things, so I'll put a link in the top right corner for related reviews, things like this. I have a playlist of mine, so go check those out after you've liked, subscribed, and enjoy this video. All right, so yeah, got quite a few here. How many's in the flat? So 5 there. All right, 10. Okay, 15, so 17 there basically, 5, 10, 15, 17, so not too bad. Alright, so let's put the fueling back in the bag, or in the box. I'll keep one out to look at that and give it to me. Alright, let's get into it then. Well, before we get into it, let's have a quick look at the wrapper. So it's not too bad, it's okay, but you can clearly see there's lots of flourish here, you know. It's a lot smaller than this actual. You could almost fit 2 of them in actually this, if not more. You know, really poor really. I mean, it looks quite nice. Nothing too great, no other information on there. It's got a nice little arrow here to say how to open it, so let's do that. Yeah, look at that, look how small it is. You know, it's tiny. You know, compared to the actual thing. I mean, look at that. Look, look how tiny it is. Yeah, you can fit 3 of them in that space. I mean, obviously I know it's, you know, bulge out and things, but you know what I mean, it's just crimped together at the sides. I mean, look, it's just, if you imagine putting all them back into here, you've got, what is it, 17 of these. I mean, 17, you just fill up all the way back to the bottom. This is ridiculous, you know, just be back there. And then definitely there's a false bottom on here as well. So really, you know, took away that false bottom, just, it would barely, there'd be barely any in this. Yeah, pretty ridiculous that. But alright, let's have a bit of a look at it then. So give it a bit of the old measure. Forget, it's not a perfect circle, is it? Like a stand at the bottom, like a flat bit. 2.4, and then here about 2.5. Yeah, and as I say, it stands up, so you can take them out and stand them all up individually. You know, stuff like that with that little stand at the bottom. At least on this one, anyway. Sometimes these are filled in, but there we go. Yeah, it looks okay. You can see there's like a seam there where it's been sealed together. Presumably it has been filled and then sealed. Would have thought so. There'd probably be a gap there, but then that bottom bit does imply it could have been filled from there. But I think that's probably just where it's been sat down. And they probably do it on purpose to stop it rolling and give it a bit of a flat bottom. All right, let's do a bit of a chop then. We'll try chopping it down the seam, I think, if we can. All right. Okay, good. The reason we do that is because we can generally see if it's there's any gap. Well, there doesn't seem to be. Well, there's a gap at the top there. But that's not where that flat bottom is. Flat bottom's there. The gap at the top isn't related to that. Interesting. Now the chocolate's melting a bit in my hands here, so it feels a bit oily. Must be said. But you can see it's pretty well filled there. Quite a thick chocolate. So they have filled it quite well. I'm relatively impressed with that. As I say, there are a couple of air pockets there, but could be slightly filled better. But generally, it's not. Goes right up to the top of each half. Yeah, it certainly is melting in my hands here. A melty chocolate. There's a slight orange smell. It smells a bit like an orange club, to be honest with you. It has that sort of orange club smell. But yeah. All right. Well, so these are melting rapidly. So not like warm in my house either. So I don't know what's going on. But yeah. Must be very melty chocolate. So before it melts further, let's move ourselves up, give them a taste. Let's do it. Okay, everyone, going to give these Thorntons Pearls Orange Velvet a taste. Yeah, so quite looking forward to these ones. And hello to Eva Cameron, by the way. See you in the comments quite frequently. Yes, you've mentioned that you enjoyed these ones, although they were quite expensive. So, you know, so we'll see. But yeah, so, well, fingers crossed I will as well. About to give them a go, so we'll see. But thanks again for all your support and comments, by the way. Much appreciated. And yeah, so I just wanted to mention, actually, you can close this quite well, quite effectively. It does open like that, but you can just push it down. I'll show you that again, just push it down like that and push this bit down, and it does close quite well actually, so I'm pretty impressed with that, something at least. I'll get one from scratch and get another one. And these, I say, are small. There's 17 in the box, but they're really tiny, these. I think it's the orange flavoured truffle, so it's the truffle centre, the centre that's actually flavoured orange. So, alright, let's get one out. Let's give it a taste, let's do it. Let's give it a go. Very thick chocolate shell. Interesting. Quite a subtle orange taste. It's quite creamy in the middle, as you imagine. It melts in the mouth like truffle centre. Or the ganache. More like a ganache than a truffle, really. But it describes itself as both, although it does say silky ganache. I think that's a good description, silky ganache. It does come across that way. Yeah. Not bad. Not very orangey, though, I must say. They're quite weak. They are distinctly orange, having said that, but it is quite a weak orange flavour. I don't feel like if you had an orange club or something, that would taste more orangey. But maybe it's not quite as, a bit more artificial, perhaps, you never know. But I generally quite like these. So the sense of, well, it is sort of like a truffle. It really melts in the mouth, and it does come across a lot better than just a typical truffle noisette praline. It's a lot better, actually. Yeah, more interesting. As it really melts in the mouth, and the chocolate's nice. Overall, I quite like these. They're quite nice. I mean, they're not. There's no like blow your socks off type thing going on with them. They're just really good at what they do. They're just as lovely sort of, I'd say, chocolate snap or crackers you bite into. I really like that actually. It's a nice chocolate as well. It's not. It's a nice milk chocolate. It's not too sort of creamy. It's not too. It works quite well. It's just nice enough. It's just. It doesn't have really much of a taste in itself, other than the fact that it's distinctly milk chocolate, but it's not too creamy, it's not too this or that. It just works quite well as a vessel to contain a truffle centre, basically. And that sort of floods out the moment you break that shell and it melts in the mouth. It gives you a lovely sort of orange flavour. It's nice. I'd say it's not too tangy, not too orangey. Maybe it could be a bit stronger and would be a bit better, but having said all that, it's, it's there, it's nice enough, and it does give you a bit of an orange freshness. Yeah, I quite like it. There's not not much orange in it. It just says it's orange concentrate, 3.1% orange juice. It says. I assume that means I don't know if that's. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that means that the it's just 3.1% of the whole thing, or of the sort of like the truffle centre or the ganache centre. I'm not sure, but I feel like it could be slightly stronger. But having said that, if it was, would it be too much? I'm not sure. But you definitely get more of an orange flavour from things like Jaffa Cakes and club chocolate bars or club biscuit bars. But I feel like it's sufficient enough. I feel like it's enough, and I feel like it gives you just a nice subtle orange flavour, and it's and as I say, it does seem to be real orange juice as well. It says concentrated orange. I mean, it says real orange juice on it as well. So I assume concentrated orange is basically real. I mean, I think presumably perhaps it's just boiled and as they concentrate. I don't know how you actually concentrate an orange juice, but I assume it's something like that probably. You make it into more of a paste or something, I don't know, but either way. But yeah, it's actually quite nice. It's not bad. I feel like they're not going to blow your socks off, but they just do what they do and they do it well enough. It'd be nice to have a bit of a variety in here if they did a few other flavours like raspberry, strawberry, blackcurrant or whatever. All these different flavours. If they're similar ilk and you'd have, sort of a mixed sort of bag of them, I think that'd be really nice actually. I think that'd be really good. And I think that's what would then elevate the product to be a lot higher, just because it'd be a lot more exciting and have a bit more of an X factor in. I think that's kind of what this is missing. They're nice, but they're just nothing to blow your socks off. They're just nice, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, of course, when I say nice, sort of in a way that's above average. So most chocolate products are nice, as I say, but these ones, yeah. They just do what they do and they do it well enough, and they're definitely an above average chocolate product. But as I say, they are what they are, if you know what I mean. They're just a nice, decent product, but there's nothing there that will kind of blow your socks off, basically. So I think for me, yeah, nice orange taste, nice chocolates around. It was packed full of truffle centre was pretty packed in. There's no real gaps. There's a couple of gaps, but I've definitely seen worse. So as some of you know who are long time viewers of the channel, some of the Cadbury products where they've had two halves and put them together, there's been like basically a massive gap between each half, where there's pretty much just been no centre filling, and then when you eat them, they just collapse because there's just nothing in the centre. Was this one, let's say well filled, as you can see, just with that little gap there, but you can see that it goes all the way to the top. It did that on both sides. So yeah, could be one off. It's one of those. So it could be some of them are not filled quite as well, but you know what I mean. I can't chop them all up. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with these. Let's say nice orange flavour, nice chocolate, nice amount of filling. Just a good product, and it tastes, as I say, orangey enough. So I think for me, these ones, I think a good 4 out of 5. Yeah, not going to blow your socks off, but they do what they do pretty well. Alright guys, let me know what you think of these ones, Thorntons Pearls in general. Great to hear from you, and Eva as well, if you're watching, or Ava. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. I'm sorry about Eva or Ava. Hope you're having a good day yourself, and thanks so much again for talking to me about these in the comments. Great to hear from you, and yeah, feel like I've got the same opinion as you on these ones. So yeah, so great minds think alike, as they say. Alright guys, take care, have a great day everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.